So today on Camilla and I, we're in the New Forest and it's all about shooting long. We're going for maximum reach today. We're going to the limits of Camilla and I at the moment. Hopefully we're going to go further in the future, but at the moment I've got the 200 to 600mm lens on with the 1.4 converter, which takes me to a maximum of 840mm full frame reach. So, do you need a big lens for wildlife photography? Well, no, but as usual it helps, and it helps get the shots that otherwise you wouldn't get. Do you have to invest £11,000, £12,000 in a lens? No, not unless you're doing it professionally or semi-professionally, such as myself. There are plenty of lenses out there that get you enough reach, and anything further than 500mm is very well worth acquiring, and you can get anything in the zoom range between 150 and 600mm. Gives you a very good focal length, and you can get close. And indeed today we stuck on the 1.4 teleconverter. Now of course there's problems with this, and this is why you spend so much money on a longer lens, because now I've put a 1.4 teleconverter on my 200 to 600. This now takes it to an f9, which is very usable, and in beautiful light like I've got this morning, excellent, no problem at all. But as we know, here in the UK it's not Florida, and the conditions change, and I can be filming in pouring rain in another 10 minutes, so we just don't know. Anyway, f9 has its limitations because of the depth of field, and also so you don't blur out the background, so everything is in focus. I mean, there are ways you can use it to minimize this, such as isolating your subject, but this is extremely difficult, and this is where a 600 f4 is ideally what you need. Been lucky this morning with a lovely shot of a dunnock with some bracken behind. Believed I was on the perch bird setting, so it'll be on this occasion it'll be f9, and at 1/500th of a second, and just lucky it popped up in a gorgeous position not far from me at all, and very lucky to get a shot away. Don't forget to watch till the end of the video as usual on Camilla and I, because I have been active since 7 o'clock this morning, 8 o'clock, well about 8 o'clock. It's getting on to those great winter times now where the sun comes up at a reasonable hour and I can get up at a reasonable time. Superb. Anyway, this morning got a couple of birds of prey for you for the end of this video, so don't forget to watch till the end, because some birds of prey are coming up. I'm not totally sure who it was actually, but anyway, to be surprised at the end. One was definitely a buzzard, I do know that one, but the other one to be identified. Mystery bird. So we have settings of 1/1600th of a second flight mode, and this is now an f9 because of the teleconverter. So I also select auto ISO. This is because particularly here in the woods and the forest, you go between dark and light regularly. You can go from light patches to dark patches in the forest, and you can go from the ground to the sky. So the ISO is almost impossible to set manually. So I would recommend auto ISO on this occasion. So we're wide open f9, and we had the 1/1600th of a second set for any action shots, and the ISO And then I also have my perched bird setting, which is 1/500th of a second on a separate button. And of course this is then able to drop the shutter speed immediately to 1/500th of a second, and if I'm hand holding I'm still able to get a usable sharp shot. Now there's some lovely bracken in this Milkham area of the New Forest underneath these Douglas fir, absolutely amazing, and it really is a habitat for small low birds. But apparently, I can't believe it, there were 20 shrike here at one point. I haven't seen one yet, but what a rare bird. That would be a first for me, a shrike, let alone 20 of them. Anyway, don't know who counted them, but brilliant, yeah, 20 shrike, get here quick. Anyway, the reason Camilla and I are here today is to try and photograph the crossbill, rare elusive species. There are about 40,000 pairs apparently in the UK, so they're not they're on the green list, they're not exactly extinct, but they do feed right at the top of these trees, hence going long today, because if any chance of getting them, they will be a long way up in the air. Anyway, we'll see what we get. I'll try and get some at some point, but they can be fleeting. They can fly in a large flock and then disappear just as soon as they've appeared, and anyway, we'll see if we get any luck. So that's principally why we the aim of the day was crossbill, but we'll see. So we've moved on from Milkham to Slufters Enclosure. What a name, Slufters. Anyway, yeah, here there are some crossbill, so linked to some earlier crossbill shots. Wasn't able to vlog unfortunately because they come and go quite so quickly, but anyway, have managed to get a few crossbill. Absolutely amazing. Not the best of light, but it seems to have improved now. But yeah, crossbill in the bag. So yeah, what a marvellous thing. Plus, I thought I just saw 3 shrike. Nah, they must have been pigeons. My bird identification skills. Anyway, they flew off in sort of over there somewhere, so yeah, I don't think we're going to get them today, but you never know, there are shrike in the area. Ooh, got the crossbills, go for the jackpot. So how do we use this long lens? What's a couple of tips for using a long lens? It's a good idea to place one hand on top of the lens to prevent vibration through the barrel, so that's a good tip. Mention that one. The other one is the little custom button settings on the side. Whoops, you come down here, check your custom button settings. When you're on freehand, you want to be on number 3, and when you're on a tripod, I've just put this one on, you want to be on number 2 on the mode switch, and when you're off the tripod with this combination at 840mm, you need every bit of stabilization you can get, so you want to be on number 3, because it will wobble. Yeah, so thanks Alan. Yeah, another cracking location. Mentioned to Alan Forder, who mentioned Slufters Enclosure. Well worth a visit for the crossbill. Just off the track hopefully. So here we are. How do we hunt down the elusive crossbill? Well, in order to find a crossbill, basically it's at the top of enormous pine trees, Douglas fir in this case. so we don't have to look too far from this location. So we're in the right spot, and they hang around at the top of trees, and really convenient for Camilla and I. The male is a bright brick colour, so total result, and it's got a skew with beak, so really easy to identify and difficult to confuse around here. And the other thing it does is it makes a hard clipped chip 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 noise, so yeah, when they're in a flock you can actually hear them all flocking together. They do make this very useful noise. So here today on Camilla and I, we have the full range of weapons. We've got the binoculars, because it's just easier to spot from a distance in the tops of trees. So yeah, it's well worth carrying a pair of binoculars on this occasion. And indeed. Well, just got a tip off from a couple of birders that there are 6 Dartford warbler up here, and they were showing, but needless to say, in the half an hour in between, I can't see them for love of money. But anyway, who could resist an extra half a mile with the possibility of getting a Dartford warbler shot? Quite a rarity up here on the heath. So I got my pocket RSPB guide to British birds out again, and we're onto the Dartford warbler. So yeah, got down to 10 pairs in 1963, the winter of 62-63, particularly prone to harsh winters, it says here. Anyway, I've only ever photographed one before at Arne in Dorset, so link to my photo of Arne in Dorset, because I don't think I'm going to get one pop up here, but we'll see. Perseverance. Wow, what a note to end on. God, that's incredible. We've had everything today. What a day's shooting. Absolutely crystal clear. Marvellous day. How to use the long lens. Well, it certainly has been a good day for that. Crystal clear from start to finish. Okay, cheers for now. Bye. Don't forget to watch till the end to see the bird I captured first thing this morning. A very good bird of prey. I think I've identified it now thanks to the pocket book of birds. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. It's been a great day here in the New Forest. Milkham enclosure and Slufters enclosure in the New Forest, Hampshire, UK. Absolutely superb. Don't forget the usual subscribe, like if you want to see more of this stuff.